For the bottom line, we're going to go to our chief White House correspondent. I gave you another promotion. Chief Washington correspondent and host of This Week, George Stephanopoulos. And George, the 5 Americans that were arrested in Pakistan, the fact that they were recruited online through Facebook and such, it's got to be of great concern to the White House.
Certainly, as the president mentioned in his Nobel speech yesterday, and I think Brian hit on it as well, this combines 2 of the threats that most concern U.S. officials right now: Pakistan, which is where most of the terrorists who might come here are being trained right now, and secondly, this whole concern over homegrown terrorism. We've seen Americans now from Minnesota go back to Somalia. Right. We've seen the Zazi case. These emerging threats are what White House officials are most concerned with now. Yesterday
in Oslo, Norway, we hear the president, he's there to accept the Nobel Peace Prize, and of course we're at war, and it was quite a contradiction that he didn't shy away from in speaking about in his acceptance speech. I want to get your reaction, but let's play a bit of it right now.
We will not eradicate violent conflict in our lifetimes. There will be times when nations, acting individually or in concert, will find the use of force not only necessary but morally justified. For make no mistake, evil does exist in the world. A nonviolent movement could not have halted Hitler's armies. Negotiations cannot convince al-Qaeda's leaders to lay down their arms.
A speech for the history books. I mean, look at this. You had an American president winning the Nobel Peace Prize, taking on the idea of pacifism and really explaining his own version of just war theory. And I think what you also saw here is the president synthesizing all of the major national security decisions he's made over this year. He says that we have to engage to try to avoid war, what he's doing with Iran. He says we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard, which is why he says we have to make sure that, close down Guantanamo and obey the laws of war. But make no mistake, as he said, evil exists in the world. Where it exists, we must take it on with force. And that's why a lot of people are calling this the Obama doctrine.
And a very defining speech. Many people felt, even some people that you wouldn't think would have thought that.
Incredible who came out and praised this speech. No one has been tougher on the president in the last year than Sarah Palin. She said she praised what he said yesterday. Newt Gingrich, the former Speaker of the House, said that it was historic for a liberal president to go to Oslo and then come out and give this kind of speech defending the necessity of war.